Welcome to Nashville, Tennessee, First Bank Stadium, home to the Commodores of Vanderbilt. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, taking on a fellow Big Ten foe, the Vanderbilt Commodores. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Commodores will put toe to leather to crank us up. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Nebraska Cornhuskers offense will go to work first. This is a big-time quarterback that we're going to be seeing today, but getting the job done against a defense like this, what words of wisdom do you have for him, Jesse?
Well, I think you've got to prepare like you've never prepared before, and that's one thing he told us. He spent extra time in the film room. He spent extra time on the field after practice all week because I think he understands the challenge that lies ahead of him. He knows this is easily the best defense that they face this year, so we're going to put his skills to the test in this one.
They're going to make it hard, right? There's not going to be any layups. Like most of the time, you know, he's had his way. He's feasted on so many defenses. They're going to make you earn it. They're going to make you go the length of the field. They're going to see if you can be patient. They're going to see how you respond to adversity. So some challenges coming his way for sure.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
Scanning the field, it's Raiola. Quickly to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. These guys have taken some serious lumps in Big Ten play, and I want to see if they've become demoralized.
Yeah, I think you're going to find out a lot about their mental toughness here in this game because at the start of the season, they were hoping to compete in Big Ten play. They've had some bounces not go their way. They've had some guys get injured, and now is the time in this...
Oh, he's got some space. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. The Huskers are moving quickly down the field. The RPO, fire complete to the left. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Going to the ground. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. Oh, and the attempt is no good. And the score will stay right where it is after that miss. So Vanderbilt's offense taking the field, first chance we have to see them today. And you've got to believe this defense has put in extra time to try to slow down this tight end, David. But the question, can they even stop him?
It's one thing to watch it. It's another thing to stop it. And just impressed with the way they move him around. They use him. Sometimes he blocks. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. You're like, sometimes he's a lineman. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. So tough to figure out where he's going to be to double team him. But I bet he's got the attention of this defense, Jesse.
He does for sure. And because of that, David, I think that's going to open up some opportunities for maybe some of the other guys out wide. If you've got two guys covering the tight end as a quarterback, you've got to be ready to throw the football somewhere else sometimes. And so you might see a little bit more balance in the passing attack today.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. finds his man. It's Stillers. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down.
First down, Commodores.
The Commodores come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll try it over the left side. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
He might want another play. Looking for a man. It's Pavia. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. And he's got it inside the 25.
You got to love the rhythm this quarterback is in here on this drive, guys. 2 completions. He's seeing the safety rotation that time. Saw the one-on-one matchup he wanted. Took his shot. He is in a groove.
Wants to throw on first down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions from go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you could tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
He'll ride his man on the option. Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. And the field goal unit will stay put as the head coach decides to go for it on fourth down. Tries to surge ahead on the sneak.
Yeah, I think those quarterback sneaks used to be for the big, strapping quarterbacks. But, man, nowadays, dude, all you got to do is fall forward, and it's such a hard play to stop. So you see this all across all levels of football, and it's just a difficult play to stop.
Takes this handoff and headed to the right. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Quarterback making adjustments. To throw, it's Pavia. Finds his big tight end. He wrestles him down at the 3 after the grab. It'll be first and goal. No reason to panic when you see those extra bodies coming. Just find the big tight end.
Well, and the great ones do that. I think the great ones are okay. You want to blitz? I know my answers.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Doors. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. Offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They're trying to put something, anything together to get that goose egg off the scoreboard down 7-0. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake on first down. He unleashes a long one. He's got it on the outside. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus. Big plays like that makes play calling so much easier. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 34. Looking to throw on 1st down. Spits it out to the back. Got it in the middle, it's eyes. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep.
Well, this offense has shown you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they have completely flipped the field.
Marches ahead. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. 2nd and goal for this offense. DB's right up on the receivers. They'll run it to the left looking for the end zone. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line. Goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it right, but if it's not...
Beck's going for the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. Looking for the tie with the extra point.
And how about this offensive line? 3rd and goal, you got to have it. They flew off of the ball. They got some push. They made that easy on their running back to score that touchdown.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Out of bounds at the 42-yard line, and that was almost much bigger. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. They'll open this drive from their own 42-yard line. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Pulls it in. It's Newberry. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Catch in the middle, it's Stowers. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on 1st down, setting up an easier 2nd down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain. It makes life really easy on me on 2nd down.
And he keeps it himself. A good decision there, and it gives this offense a 1st down. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the 1st half. And the Commodores have it with a 1st and 10. On the option. The pitch. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the 1st option, playing the 2nd option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in.
Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. He's running free down the middle. They drag him down, but not before they get the turnover and a terrific return on the fumble. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Things look great with that field position a few plays ago, but now it's 3rd and 6. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Offense looked great with that field position a few plays ago, but now it's 3rd and 6. Back to throw, it's Raiola. Under fire. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down. They'll play it safe and try for 3. Nestled just inside that right upright. And with that, they've taken the lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, every game in the SEC so vital to a team's season, and this one is no different. Michigan found a way to pull out a victory. It wasn't vintage maize and blue football. Those folks in the big house won't remember this one forever, but they will remember it was a W. An SEC clash and an impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. He'll start this drive going to the air. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
He's got him this time. Brought down at the 31. It is a 1st down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Looking downfield on 1st down. He hurls one deep down the left side. And he's got it inside the 30-yard line. Flips the field in an instant, and he has it down to the 25-yard line.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
The offense changing the play. Dropping back, it's Pavia. Oh, they're after him. Firing to the right, complete. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Boys, you never quite know what to expect there in Nashville, and we've had a lively 1st half. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the 1st half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the 1st half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well, because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the 1st half.
Unloads it left. Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
What a play by this defense. You got the offense backed up. You stay aggressive, break on the football, make a big play, and your offense is jacked up inside the 5-yard line with a chance to punch this in and get some points on the board.
And the sudden change situation even more difficult for this defense facing a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Nebraska! Fitted in the window for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. He'll be stopped short, picks up one, but they're facing 4th and 1. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This offense is completely confident in their ability to get 1 yard. They'll go for it on 4th down. Going for the marker on the ground. There he goes. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
You got to give this offensive line a ton of credit. In a short yardage situation, the defense has all those bodies close to the line of scrimmage. If you can get a little bit of push, and if you can set up a crease, you can get an explosive play, and they did right there, running right into the teeth of the defense.
The Commodores will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. Got the first down and more. He steps out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Big pickup on the ground, and they're rolling. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. And the Commodores are moving quickly down the field. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Lets it fly. And he was looking to the end zone, and they couldn't make the connection.
Well, that's one of those as a quarterback. You're out on the perimeter of the field. You're trying to throw it in the end zone. You think you can fit it in there, but, man, you've got a lot of speed. And next time you're in that position, you might just decide to take off because you might just go score.
Looking downfield, it's Pavia. Quick completion on the out route. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Commodores! A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target. They'll make the big play, get the touchdown.
And they tacked on the extra point. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. The give on the option. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
Wants to go up top on first down. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass. So now it's second and long. Back to pass. He's got it. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. It was quite a burden for Dylan Raiola a year ago, viewed as the Nebraska football savior. So, Jesse, how should he approach growth and improvement in his sophomore season?
Well, I think you got to continue to grow. There were a lot of eyes on Dylan Raiola last year, and for good reason. He is unbelievably talented, but you saw the swagger that he brings to the offense and that X factor and demeanor he really brings to the team. They believe in him. They were able to win a lot of close games a season ago. I think it's not about resting on your laurels. It's about taking the next step to try and be better.
Look out, he's got room. Wide open spaces. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They run into a bit of trouble here. Third and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. Dropping back, it's Raiola. Under fire. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Caught in the backfield, it's Barney. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the third quarter stats. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They want to throw it. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And for quarterbacks throwing the ball down this close to the goal line, because there's so many bodies in such a small space, oftentimes routes take a little bit longer to develop, and it forces quarterbacks to have to hold on to it a little bit longer. That's the risk and danger with throwing the ball so close to the goal line. You might get sacked.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
They're going to throw it on third and goal. They stop him short as he was trying to scramble and find his way to the goal line. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. He slides that just inside the right upright. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Temple is just steamrolling its way to victory today. No way the experts saw this coming. A lead that just keeps growing and growing. They're up by 17 over Utah State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Here comes the option. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, obviously a really nice play by the defense there stopping the option, but I think that's on the quarterback because it looked like his pitch option was wide open. That ball should have gone to the running back out on the perimeter. It looked like he had some open field in front of him to go make something positive happen. This quarterback's got to make better decisions. It's not just the passing game. It's in the run game with the option, too.
Picked off. What a play to set him up. Bringing it back. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Husker! Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this two-game slide.
How about a game-changing play for this defense? Stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it, taking it all the way to the end zone.
Let's see if they can roll snake eyes in a good way and get the deuce. And he'll pull it out and keep it himself on the bootleg. And the defense on him, and he will go down. Sack on the two-point try.
26, Vanderbilt, 14.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner will be brought down. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David. He's going to let one fly down the middle. It's caught. Nothing but green grass down the middle. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Vandy.
And what nice play design. You get your speedster, you put him in the slot, usually get a better matchup. And then what do? You fade him towards that sideline, run a go. Nice ball thrown way out wide. He just runs underneath it and just too much speed. Couldn't catch him. Gets in the end zone for 6.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Pulled and fired complete. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The Cornhuskers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. The defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
And I tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
The pull and throw off the RPO. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and man, you know he's looking for more.
Looking to pass. It's Raiola. Complete with conviction on the crosser. And a nice grab there. Big pickup down to the 35-yard line. And the Huskers have it with a 1st and 10. They want that clock to run. Oh, the sweet juke gets him free. Stopped just inside the 25. Will mark it at the 24. Pickup of 10 and a 1st down. The Huskers kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Quarterback running on the draw. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After losing yardage, it's 2nd and 12. He's got it on the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
For a wide receiver screen to work, you've got to have better blocking out in front by other receivers, and they're just not physical enough at the point on that last play.
Ball's at the 24, a lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but they'd love to take it off of his foot and convert the 1st down. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
And with the extra point, the lead is a dozen here in the 4th. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Back to pass, it's Pavia. He's taking the deep shot. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Now, I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the 4th quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
He wants to change this route. He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Throws to the wideout. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and 3rd down is coming.
And you just got to know the situation of the game, obviously. After that incompletion, now setting up 3rd down, you've still got timeouts. You can attack the middle of the field. It's all out there for you. There's no need to panic. Because of those timeouts, you still have an eternity to get back in this game.
He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a 1st down. He wants to throw it again. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And the throw downfield winds up incomplete, and there's a good reason for that. This guy was being mugged by the defender.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
3 yards. 1st down for the offense after that penalty. To the air on 1st down. Makes the catch. It's Hoskins. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. The Commodores with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Second down, he'll throw it. Looking left. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though his team's going to be leaving here with it now.
They'll run the option. Rides the back on the option. The give. There he goes. He'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, and that one saved a touchdown at least for now.
And that's why this offense is hard to stop, man. They have that option to pitch it. So as a defense, like, I got to get the quarterback, and then I got to get the pitch man, and they lost the pitch man, and you can tell he made them pay with a big gain down the field.
And the Commodores have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. On the option. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? On the option. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Trying to power it in. Give him 6 and give them a chance with the late touchdown still alive in this one.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
Here comes the 2-point try. Motion from the back. To the air, it's Pavia. Buys a little time. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they trim more off of that lead.
Gotta love the execution. Not easy to throw down here, but the quarterback made a good read, accurate throw, and they come away with 2 points.
The clock is just inside 50 seconds to play. If they don't recover the onside kick, this one is all but over. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground, and most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Off play action. Grabbed over the middle. It's Markway. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
Love the play call offensively because you've got the lead. The defense expects you to run the ball. You just did it the previous play, so there you dial up play action, set up an easy throw, and you keep the clock ticking.
Don't want to risk anything here. The quarterback takes a knee. This one was a lot like a tennis match, back and forth, up and down, and they just couldn't quite score enough and get the key stop to get the win.
And defenses have changed, right? It's not about limiting to low points anymore, but you got to find ways to create turnovers and get that ball back to your offense so they can do their damage. Defense just needed to create a few more opportunities.
I think it just came down to individual effort on the defensive side of the football for this team. Somebody needs to step up in big moments in big games and make the play to win. We didn't see it happen today.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.